Hello and welcome to the new video. If this is your first time here, my name is Hannah and today I will be choosing my June books using my TBR game. Hi, I hope you are well. Welcome to June. Today is actually 1st of June, so happy International Children's Day. So today is my day off. I decided to choose my books, record this video, and normally what I do my monthly wrap-up and then I talk about the books I would like to read in that video. But today when I was looking at the books that I wanted to read, I actually realized I haven't played my TBR game in a very, very long time and I really fancied playing this. So I decided to record a separate TBR video, and I'll be choosing my books playing my board game. I'm quite excited for this. I am going to set everything up, set up my camera, and then we can start rolling the dice and seeing what the fate has in store for me for June. Okay, here we are. Finally, I had so many misfortunes today, so setting up this game, and with my battery decided to die when I literally started picking up my tokens. So I'm going to reset and we're going to start again. So let's see. I had my token, I started playing, and my battery decided to die. So we're going to start this again. Let me choose one token. So I promise I have my eyes closed and I'm going to pick one token. Green. We will start on green today. Okay, let's do the first row. 2 and glasses. 1, 2, and we've got this, not Quidditch, snitch. We've got the snitch, and we have book with the foiling on the cover. We have a roll 2, candle and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got the hat. Longest book I have. Roll 3. No, this is repeat, so we'll roll something else. 1 and snitch. No, so we have glasses. 5 are vowels on the cover. Roll 4. 3. Glasses again. Person of color, author. Roll 5. 6 and a candle. Glasses again. Oh my gosh, we're getting a lot of glasses. Let me just choose a random one from the middle. Published in May. Roll 6. 3. Glasses again. Oh my gosh. What is it with this game? Published in August. Oh, oh dear. Okay. Roll 7. 4. Candle this time. Pre-2020 release. Next row, I think that's row number 8. We've got 6 and glasses. And we've got a snitch. Published in September. Oh my gosh, we literally have 3 prompts with specific publishing months. Oh gosh. Okay, we're aiming for home. Row 9. 6. Okay, so we have a 6 and we also have a snitch, and this is a snitch. It is also a joker. So I don't know what to do, because to me, this is basically a double when I land on the picture that's on this dice, so it means another row. But a joker is also a free book from this specific genre, which for green is literary and contemporary. So I think because it was a double, I'm just going to roll again and we'll see where we get inside the home, where we get on a home run. And yeah, even if we can we get into the home run. Okay, let's roll. 2. Okay, 1, 2, and our home run prompt is the cauldron. So let's see. Friend or family pick from my physical TBR. Okay, cool. Let's do this. I actually couldn't decide how I want to do this. Do I want to intersect my roles with the books that I've chosen, or do I want to do it at the end? And I think I'm just going to do it at the end, because I feel then you will get a nice overview of all the books that I have selected for myself to choose from in June, because I am not declaring myself that I'm going to read all of these books, but the books that I will show you are the books that are kind of on my radar, that I want to prioritize, that maybe books that I want to read this month or read very, very soon. And for each prompt, for most of the prompts, I've given myself 2 or more books to choose from, depending on my mood, because I have recently discovered that I am a big mood reader and I don't want to limit myself. So I've picked the books according to my prompts, but I've given myself a bit more options. So let's start with prompt 1, which was foiling on the cover. And for this, I have picked 2 books. Book 1 that I have is 7 Summers by Paige Toon, and you can see this it has really beautiful foiling on the cover here, just a little sand going on. It's a gorgeous book, and I know I have read a couple of romances recently and I just had enough, but I feel like I'm vibing with this book. Like I want to read it. I like the concept of this book. Also, I have this as audio, so if I get stuck with audiobooks, then I'll have something to pick from. I only have this much time to read physical books, so I always try to find books that I could also read via audio, and I have an audiobook, so if I'm stuck, I'll pick this up. And the second book that I picked up for this prompt is The Drowned Woods by Emily Lloyd Jones, and this is an Illumicrate edition, and it's got this beautiful foiling on the cover. I actually don't know what this book is about. I think it's something to do with water magic, because I think Becca in the books was recently reading this for one of her Shelf It or Scrap It episodes, and I thought if I manage to pick this up, this will be a physical read, but it's a very short book, so hopefully it will be a quick read, and I can also combine it with the series that I have on my channel when I read books from my subscription boxes. So these 2 are the options for my foiling on the cover. Prompt 2 was the longest book on my TBR, and I cheated a little bit here, because the longest book on my TBR is actually in the middle of the series. I think it's a Throne of Glass. I can't remember which book. It's the longest book that I own. There are other long books that are part of very long running series like Game of Thrones or Throne of Glass, and there's another one that I have which is pretty long, and it's The House of Leaves, and I'm not in the mood to read House of Leaves. But there's 2 books that are actually pretty long, and one of the longest books on my TBR, and one of them is actually a book that I started reading a few days ago, and it is Michael Crichton's State of Fear, and it's over 700 pages, so I'm hoping to finish this. And also for book, this can also serve as my pre-2020 release if I'm stuck. But also the other book that I have, which is around 700 pages as well, and I actually have this as an audiobook, is Paradise 1 by David Wellington. And I've had this book on my shelves for quite over a year, I think, and it's a sci-fi horror, and I've been getting into quite a lot of sci-fi. Michael Crichton, so this would be an option as well, especially works for me because I have this as an audiobook, so I could actually use both of them, and this one I can also use for pre-2020 release. So I'll see. I have plenty of options here. The next prompt was 5 vowels on the cover, and for this I actually picked 2 books. Both of them I've had on my bookshelves for a very long time, but a few days ago one of these books, I put it on my top of my TBR trolley because I fancied reading it, and that book is The Husbands by Holly Gramazio, and this is the one where the woman comes home and the man opens a door in her house, and apparently it's her husband, and then she was single or something like this. And anyway, so when he goes up to the loft, he comes back and he's a different man, and the whole life is different. And then so basically it's something like this. Every single time the man goes up to the loft, he comes back and he's someone else. So it's a very interesting concept. I put this on my TBR priority top shelf because I actually fancied reading this. And the other book that I have for 5 vowels on the cover is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, and I think it's a sci-fi as well. And since I literally just told you that I've been enjoying sci-fi quite a lot. I picked this up as one of my options. Also, I have this as an audiobook as well, so that would be very useful. And also, Oliver from Criminally has read this recently and enjoyed this book, so I trust his recommendation. So I have these books as options for my 5 vowels on the cover. The next prompt I have is person of color, and for this I actually picked 2 books. There's a third one that could also fit this prompt, but I'm gonna leave it with a different prompt. And the book that I have in mind to read first is The Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. Stephen Graham Jones is a Native American, and this book is, people are raving about this book, but for me, when I got this in Abominable Book Club box, I was a little bit disappointed because I don't really enjoy Stephen Graham Jones's writing, but readers are saying that this book is really, really good and really enjoyable. And yeah, so, and it's apparently, I think Kate said that it's a story within a story within a story, so sounds interesting. And also the other book that I have for this author as well is My Heart is a Chainsaw. I've had this book for a long time. Like I said, I didn't really want to read it. However, I have this as an audiobook as well, so if I'm stuck for audiobooks, I can give this a go. And this can also double up for my published in August prompt. So these 2 are my 2 options for person of color prompt. Then we have published in May prompt, and for this I also have few options. The audiobook option that I have is Silver Elite. I've heard that this is really good, dystopian, kind of romance, I think, I want to say, I'm not sure. But people are saying that it reminds them a lot about Hunger Games. So I have that from Libro FM, and that will be my option as an audiobook. And then I have another 2 books that were published in May, and I have Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang. This can also double up for my person of color author. And then the book that I recently picked up and I'm so interested in reading is Overgrowth by Mia Grant, and this is a sci-fi fiction as well. These are my options for published in May. I've got these as physical, and Silver Elite I have as an audiobook, so it gives me plenty of options to choose from. Then we have published in August, and for this I'm giving myself a lot of options because I don't know what I'm going to be in the mood for. And to be honest, looking at these books, I could probably mess with all of them. So the first one that I have is In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead, and people are saying this book is so good, so I picked it up off my shelves, hoping to get to it this month. If not, there's other things that I can read. The next book that I have for this prompt is Frederick Backman, A Man Called Over. And this, I actually watched a movie recently and I loved the movie. I had a really good cry, so I feel like, you know, this could be a good option as well for my August prompt. Then the next one I have is Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm a big fan of Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I still have few books by her to read. Book, I think Atmosphere is coming out on the 6th of June. However, I will wait. I will not buy this book just yet, because all my Taylor Jenkins Reid books are in paperback, and I wanna get a matching cover, so I'm gonna wait until we get this type of cover and hopefully manage to get Atmosphere next year. But I still have, I think, 3 or 4 books to read from this author, so this is a strong contender for June. And the last book that I have here, which I don't necessarily want to read badly, because it's a part of a trilogy. It's book 1 in a trilogy. I know I have to get to it at one point, so I did put it on my TBR, and I will see how I feel about it when it comes to it. But it is Belladonna by Adeline Grace, and I have all 3 books from this series. It seems quite, I think it would be a quick read. It's about 400 pages, but the font is nice and big, so it's going to be comfortable to read and hopefully a quick read as well. I love these covers. I had Belladonna in paperback, and I actually sold it and I bought hardbacks because I loved the matching covers for this trilogy in hardback. So these are my options for published in August to read in June. None of these books here I have as an audiobook, so one of them will definitely have to be read in a physical form. The next prompt I have is published before 2020, and for this I am going to go with Stephen King, Cujo. This would actually be such a good read for me as well, because that book was published in 1981, and as some of you might know, I'm doing this challenge when I read a book for every year that I've been alive. I've recently read The Mist, that was published in 1980, and the next one would be Cujo, 1981. So I would love to read this one. Hopefully, I started reading it actually on my Kobo, and I think I've read about 20 or 30 pages, and it really pulled me in. So hopefully I'll manage to read this and finish this month. But this is my choice for published before 2020. And then I have published in September, and for this I actually have a Libby book. My haul came through a couple of days ago, and I'm so excited to read this. This book is The September House, and I heard really good things about this book. It's about this family that every September their house bleeds, and I think the mother is trying to hide it from the daughter or something. I'm not sure, but I've heard it's really good, and my hold for the Libby audiobook just came through, so I will definitely give it a go. It will probably be one of the first books that I will listen to, because obviously this is a library book, so yeah. And the last prompt that I have is friend or family pick, and for this I decided to wait and do it as the last prompt, because I want to read from each prompt. I want to read at least one book, and whatever I have left I will ask my son, I will ask Jason. I will ask them to pick a book from my existing TBR, from all the books that I've shown you. Hopefully they'll pick something good for me that I will enjoy, and I think this is what I'm gonna do, because right now Jason isn't here, my son is still asleep, and yeah, so I'm going to wait until the end of the month and see what they'll pick for me. So this is it. This is the stack of books that I have as my options to read from in June, and it's impressive. There's no chance that I'll be able to read all of these books, but I will do my best, and like I said, I will try to read at least one book from every prompt that I picked. But for me, I see this TBR game and choosing my TBR more as a giving myself limited options to choose from, because I would rather choose from around maybe, I don't know, 20 books than 220. So for me, this works. Hopefully I will have a very good reading month, and also I wish you a good reading month. Hopefully you'll read some good books in June as well. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books, and also don't forget to subscribe, because it really helps me out. For now, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!